No, I think that the Gambling Act is well overdue an update for many different reasons. I think that there's certain topics such as affordability and sort of the marketing side of that seem to be getting the focus. But in my opinion, it's a set of regulations that does need to be brought up to the times we are in, but in a balanced way.
There needs to be a balance between, making sure that the many millions of people that gamble without suffering harm don't have their kind of consumer freedoms impinged because of the unnecessarily or without justification, because of the obvious need to protect those that do need the protection of regulation, to protect them from some of the potentially very significant harms that can be caused by this product.
The real fear from within the industry is that people will suffer as a result of looking after what is in reality the minority of people who do suffer from gambling related harm. And the art of regulation is to be able to build a structure and a framework which can actually drive that support needed for those individuals whilst allowing the majority of people to play within their means and responsibly.
It's the problems that cause the headlines, and the risk is that the headlines drive the policy. And that's, we've got to try and avoid draconian measures. The vast majority of people who bet or play online casino, they do so responsibly, but that's not of interest to the media.
That it can't just be the responsibility of consumers, even however well informed by the tools and information we make available to them. That fundamentally there is a difference between buying bikes and spending money on gambling, which is people lose the control to make those decisions when they have gambling problems. And so there needs to be intervention, and the regulation currently requires this. There needs to be intervention at some point on the behalf of operators to say, actually, we are going to step in and say, we're not going to let you gamble anymore. And I don't think it's right for operators to say it's not for us. I'm not saying that's what we're saying, but there clearly is a balance.
It's not just poor people that have a gambling problem. There are rich people as well, and so then that's what we say about the affordability question. It's wider than just your traditional affordability. Can Steve Armstrong afford to pay this? There are other things I might be able to afford to pay it, but is there something behind it in my patterns that actually suggests I'm not doing it in a way I should? And that all has to be taken into account. It's a much sort of more complex question than simply saying, "Here, I'll put a cap on it at this limit."